the theme song there. Welcome to another episode of your favorite podcast, as you will find in this legal document that you signed without your knowledge that this is your favorite podcast. It's dia.log, the Game of Matters podcast. Episode number 60. We are at the big 60, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have done 60 of these. What the hell? You know, actually, I was listening to our older episodes. Like,
The
I got
giggles
bored.
of assignment or giggle of concern.
Please say it's cringe.
This podcast has taken a turn. That's all I'm going to say.
We've definitely loosened up.
This, like, first of all, I didn't even realize, like, Ayman's first appearance was literally, like, our third episode, yeah. He was, and back then, like, Meck did, like, these really, really, like, flourished intros and everything. It's like, the only thing that matters, video games. Now we're just like, video games, I guess. So yeah, those were some times, man. Those were some times. I highly recommend going back and listening to our back catalog. If anything, just to see what we were like when we were a lot more alive. Like, I had so much energy 59 episodes ago. Like, I was listening to those, and I didn't recognize myself for how much energy was going on back then. Now I'm just like, I'm lucky if I can finish a sentence on this podcast.
Times are rough, man.
Times are rough.
We are going through a phase right now. Hopefully a phase, not... Oh boy.
Nah, man, this is the new patch. This is the meta as of the new patch.
God damn it, we gotta play off meta, man. We gotta go off meta after this.
Nah, man, we have to pick a top tier. Okay, so there was this one topic that last week. This is follow up. Last week we kind of like. Toka kind of wanted to bring it up, but we kind of let the podcast spiral out of control a bit. We may have gone some places during last episode. I didn't get to bring it up, and I don't usually like to bring up back topics like this, but it somehow became more relevant. What the fuck is a Hololive?
Ah! Oh boy!
Yes, fallen.
One of
Yes,
us!
fallen. Eaten
One of us! Imagine,
It's like my
imagine the person who yelling one of us is actually me. Despite all the weeps around here in the room. God damn it.
Tula,
Also,
that's the thing.
all there's
the
Wam.
Hololive marks.
There's Wam, there's Danial, Anan's over the corner, and I'm Meck. Okay, continue.
Oh yeah, forgot about the intros. I've been this for long enough. Yeah, but so, like, that's the thing. All the Hololive marks are not the kinds of people who I would have put down as Hololive marks. Like, they are neither in the intersection for vTuber or idol. And yet these are the people like Meck, people like my buddy Sam, who I've talked about on this podcast before. Like, all people I would rank relatively low on the degenerate scale. Like, suddenly sending me clips of virtual YouTubers talking about lollies and shotas. Like, I now know what a baba lolly is.
Oh.
Okay, I'm not that far. I'm straight far from that.
I know that.
Like, this is
Well, it's
forbidden
Baba.
knowledge.
It's the other way around.
Into
Oh,
the
it's lolly baba. My mistake. Like, yeah, I now take increased frenzy damage thanks to this.
You're seeing the eyes of Mensis.
Yeah,
Oh.
exactly.
Oh boy.
Also, since Avatar made the rounds as well, I got double comboed into realizing that Aang is Shota Gigi.
Yes.
I refuse to explain what that means for the sake of our listeners. You can look it up if you want. But Aang is Shota Gigi. That's all I'm saying.
You know how I fall into the whole of degeneracy and stuck here in VTuber hell?
How?
Okay, so here's the thing about YouTube. You know how they have this recommendation algorithm stuff, right? On PC, when I put it on my web browser, all the recommendations are rather safe. I mean, it doesn't stray too far from my interests, which is either video games, cooking, or cars for some reason. And maybe...
Same with me. Yeah, the same recommendation.
Oh boy, that's why we are stuck around. And probably that's why that bleed out to me. Do you have... Anna, have you watched a few anime clips on YouTube? Because that have suddenly cropped. Okay, so that's why it has been slowly crept up. But usually I just ignore them on the web. But when I browse it on my phone, YouTube has this autoplay preview thing. So it will just automatically play whatever is like at the center of the screen. Sometimes I unknowingly just left the screen on something and the video just plays. It counts into the view count history. So that means for one reason or another, I saw this one thumbnail of a translated clip of one certain this idol looking 3D, not 3D, it's 2D technically, VTuber doing some stuff in Minecraft, and there's a big thing. I think it's a butt plug with a tail on it, and what the these people talk about this thing. I was processing my mind on the weirdness of this thumbnail, and then the video automatically plays, and that is how I got into hell. God damn it! So Summer Color Festival, Natsui Matsuri got me here. God damn it!
Matsuri, the jail bit.
See, here's the thing, right? Like, so I was kind of like privy to their existence before this, and then I was like, okay, yeah, that's just another thing in the internet. Then this morning actually, because I couldn't sleep. My friend messaged me. He goes, "I have found a VTuber with the same culture as you," and I was like, "Oh God, what is this?" And I clicked on it, and it was this one VTuber. I think her name is Noelle or something like that.
Oh yeah, the night lady, the big strong night lady.
Yeah.
God damn it! I know all this.
God damn it.
Men's get exposed.
God damn it!
Yeah, this week it's Meck on trial. This is legally known as entrapment, where we were tricking him into confessing. But yeah, so she's a knight One-san, and she was playing Dark Souls, and she was marking out over Vort's Great Hammer because it's one of the best weapons in the game. And just talking about how fun it is to smash shit with that hammer, and I was just like, yeah, no, you've got me dead to rights here. Like, congrats. This is the perfect intersection of things I like.
Yeah, and then it doesn't help that Daniel start recommending Inogami Korone. Which I think her prominence have to do with the name, unfortunately. Oh boy, because a lot of YouTube clips and YouTube videos have been marked by the WHO warning thing because of the name. And that helps actually. Oh god.
Yeah, also because she's got the most memeable face, because she's got the Kizuna eyes style. Does this look like the face of Mercy thing going on?
Oh my god.
I'm more inclined to the game selection that she plays. She's the sort of the VTuber that would play Pepsi Man.
Yeah.
And also for some other reason, Gran Turismo 2.
She's the shitpost type VTuber.
Yes.
Like, hard specialization.
And there's another one that totally, literally does a regular shit post. Was it Shirakami Fubuki? She just recreates memes. There's one about the screaming beaver, and he just go like for some other reason or another. And a lot of her singing. Now she does proper singing, as far as I know. But the ones I watch is just her miming, singing stuff. She does the Terminator theme song, and starts spreading around to other YouTubers, including a certain drummer that's also streams, and he can't stop laughing each time. Oh boy.
So yeah, that's VTuber hell.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not there yet, and I refuse
Not
to.
yet.
No, I
Not
refuse
yet.
to. I'm already in another hell. Say you hell.
Oh, this is even worse.
I
That's
almost got
even
there.
worse than that.
I've seen the clips, but I don't follow anime or shows like that. So I have no real context. But one thing I know about Seiyu, is the guy that does the Joseph Joestar voice.
And Gintama.
Yeah,
Sugita Tomokazu.
I think so. I think that's the guy. He has also appeared in VTuber form. Remember that joke I said about you, Ham?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, cute anime girl but with a deep voice. Yeah, that's basically it. He did that. He
Yeah.
did that. Again, our powers have words. Our words have powers.
Also,
Our powers have words.
Yeah, our
powers.
powers have words.
and also the Seiyu Sugita Tomokazu. He's the voice of Gintama. He is Gintama. He's like Ryan Reynolds is Deadpool. He is Gintama. It's like in
Oh,
real
man.
life.
Okay.
Here's
How
the
much?
here's the thing, right? Because like so much of the Seiyu culture focuses on the ladies, you forget that there is nothing funnier than a middle-aged Japanese dude or late 20s Japanese. Like they all speak with that tired tone of voice, and it's the best. I listen to a lot of Blaze Blue Radio
Mhm.
with Ragnar's voice actor, and he gets no respect, and it's the best.
Oh god, that's like the game. Good. Good to see him in character in real life.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like the curse of Ragnar the Blood Edge is that you will get no respect no matter how you associate with him. It's just him being bullied by his three co-hosts. But yeah, no, I know this Seiyu hell because I have been walking it too.
For me, luckily, I have two YouTube apps. One bootleg app, so no profile, so it's a separate from my main account. Luckily.
This is Shin Anan.
Shadow.
Brain move to avoid the recommendation hell. Man.
Oh man. If since we're on the Japan train, can I talk about PSO too?
Sure.
Ooh,
What happened?
sure.
Okay, so as you know, my gaming group and I are trying to make long distance work. Very few games we can play right now because I don't have my PS4. As chronicled in previous chapters of this podcast, such as Wam wants to play Monster Hunter, and Wam tried to play Blaze Blue Online. So PSO2 came out in English recently, and that has been its own ordeal. As someone without a PC, I'm not going to talk to you about like what a mess that was. But it turns out PSO2 is out on Switch as well, and it has crossplay. PSO2 has crossplay with all the different consoles it's on.
It's on Switch. Huh.
Yeah,
Yes, it is.
Japan Switch, so you can only play on the Japan servers. So first off, like Anan, I have also been studying Japanese at a much more glacial pace. So having to do having to create a Sega account on the Japanese website was a fun test of how quickly I can copy and paste something into Google Translate.
Man, I've heard these sort of stories from Jeff Guzman before, and man, I can totally understand.
But see, Google Translate isn't the hard part. The hard part is the CAPTCHA, which is in hiragana, which you can't copy and paste.
Man, imagine figure out the keyboard, where the character is at.
Yeah,
you
that was.
can use QWERTY keyboard.
I mean, yeah, you can, unless your reading isn't up to snuff, and plus the letters are kind of jumbled, so you're not sure if
Is it a rare or no?
Is this te or is it ko?
Shi or tsu? Is it so or n? Which one?
Yeah, exactly. So the true final exam of Duolingo is a CAPTCHA.
CAPTCHA is a boss fight.
CAPTCHA is a boss fight. And so I create my account, and I'm like, oh, sweet. And so my friend was complaining to me that PSO2 has a huge install file on PC. Like, it is fucking massive. So I was like, oh boy, better start the Switch download now. And it downloaded really fast. And I was like, huh, okay. So I boot up the game. It's got its loading cutscene. And oh man, I should have posted this into the chat before the thing. But basically, the video, like the cutscene, is stuttering. It looks like a collection of squares, and it's stuttering. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, because if you know anything about anything, is that intro cutscenes are never real-time rendered. So they have no reason to be stuttering. And then I notice on, like, the menu has a terrible delay. Like, I'm pressing buttons, right? And they are going, like, a second later.
Oh no. Oh no.
And then I look back at the title of the thing, and it says Phantasy Star Online 2 Cloud.
Oh no! Streaming! It's a stream! It's a stream from cloud service thing that only Japan does. God damn it.
And I'm like, like, I cannot confirm because I can't find it. Like, I can't find anywhere that says it is a stream from cloud service. But I see lots of evidence that it is. So it's either terribly optimized for Switch or it's a stream from cloud service.
You accidentally Stadia'd yourself into PSO2.
Exactly, I got tricked! Surprise! Stadia!
Aduh.
Jesus fucking Christ. Anyways, I can't even play PSO2 because the connection is so bad that I get kicked out by the time I get to the server. But
I mean, 1 second latency is pretty bad.
yeah. I can't even get the satisfaction of creating a character first before I get kicked out. That's the worst part here. So that was my experience with PSO2. Meanwhile, my friends spent days downloading it because apparently there's a cap on the download.
Fucking cap. In 2020.
Yeah. Should point out, this is an 8-year-old game.
Nah, it's older than that, I think. There was the beta, like 1 year beta. I think it was like a decade now.
Yeah. Plenty of time to fix all this. Listen, man, I just want to be like those people in the anime where they always have that one MMO that they're playing on. They're totally not a PSP, but also on their PC at the same time. I just want that. I just want to live that life. That's all I want. And then I didn't get it.
Yeah, there is. It's called Fortnite.
Fuck. Anyways, if there's one recurring theme to this podcast, that you will notice, it is that Wam wants something, and then it either monkey paws all goes horribly wrong. So yeah, that's the PSO2 bit. It's TLDR, tried to get PSO2, it's streaming, and therefore unplayable.
We got 1 second, you leave.
It was so bad, man. At first, I was like, "What?" And then I remember, like, wait, no, you are a rational person. Performance does not cause this. This is 100% a lag issue.
I mean, it is a good case for 5G Ethernet. That's all I can say.
It's especially funny because I'm in the UK, right? So it's like this connection, I imagine, because I'm playing on my US account. So it's going from UK to US to Japan to round trip.
Mr. Worldwide.
Multiple jump. Mr. Worldwide.
Literally.
Oh boy.
Dale.
Dale. Oh boy. But so yeah.
I can hop after this.
Yeah, sure. Go take it.
Because after your failed attempts at trying to play an MMO, I played a proto MMORPG of sorts, kind of. It's a spin-off of the cancelled RPG Kingdoms of Amalur, Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning. I just happen to play old games right now.
Oh, the outside Xbox punya download.
Oh yeah, oh, of course. So here's the thing. I have the game installed for I think the whole of this year. I just didn't boot it up yet, but I always wanted to revisit this game. I have the PC version, which was at the time when I bought it. It was when the time where EA was abandoning Steam. So this is just the last remnants of the old games that EA forgot. But now EA is back on Steam, man. Oh, almost every game's on Steam. They came back. They say, "Hey, buddy, I'm here. I'm gonna bring the new Star Wars Battlefront to Steam. So now you have 2 Star Wars Battlefronts and 2 Star Wars Battlefront 2s. Because why not?" Anyway, back on topic. So there was an announcement that thank you to the Holy Necromancy guys that is HQ Nordic. They have confirmed that a remaster is coming for Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning, which of course is always gonna have a pun name, which is Kingdoms of Amalur Re-Reckoning. Okay, but we don't know much about it, so that's fine. So I decided to, why not spend the time I have right now and play the old game again, see if it still holds up. Short answer, it totally does on PC, that is. Loading times are very quick because of course, and the game is like optimized to play at 1080p. Outside of some blurry images, the game is running fine. If for those who don't know why people keep on talking about Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning, it's because of one thing and one thing only, and that is the combat system, which is surprisingly competent. It's like, it's almost like 2-3 points away to being a proper character action game with RPG elements.
Ooh,
like,
that's high praise.
Okay, let me sell you this one. You have two attack buttons. You can assign the buttons to 2 different weapons. The 2 different weapons have different movesets. And you can build meter, and it's basically a devil trigger where everything slows down and you can do more damage during a short period of time. Attacks have hit stops to it. And of course, there are different weapons, though some weapons are much faster than others, and some are slower but harder hitting than others. Like a hammer.
The weapon system sounds like Nier Automata.
Like chakrams. They made mage cool. Okay. And what else? Yeah, that's basically my point. The only missing system is like there's no style meter. And you can't air juggle because you can't jump. but you can sort of juggle enemies. Sort of.
I mean, yeah, juggling is like high level. Like you have to be like, yeah, I'm making a character action game now too.
It's
When you add juggling,
so it's kind of there. It's just the tip of a character action game. It's almost there, and I like how the way they handle the RPG bits, because hey, you have a character. This blank sheet is literally about a game of being a blank sheet character and define your own destiny, whatever. I'll go
I
into
remember something about the fate system.
so essentially, you have 3 classes basically. You can play as the mage, the rogue, the warrior. Of course, standard RPG trope. But the way you put your skill points there is that you can totally specialize in one class, or spread it around and build your own hybrid class. And it doesn't just being a two class system. You can even put points into all of the classes, and it will still be a viable build. So you can be a jack of all trades and still be good enough. But if you be a master of one, you get access to like higher tier abilities. So it's a trade-off, but both ways of playing is pretty much viable and also pretty much fun. That's where the combat shines. That's where the RPG bit shines. It's fun. That being said, everything about the game is bland and terrible.
That's what I remember about Kingdoms of Amalur.
The thing that you remember about Kingdoms of Amalur as a setting is that you don't remember anything at all. It's boring. You have the gnomes speak standard Scotland accent. They have fairies, immortal fairies that speak Irish accent, because that's what fairies do. And the classes, of course, you have the elves, you have the humans, and the whole story is about something like the light class versus the dark class, because of course this is generic high fantasy at its mundane. And the graphics design is also and the music is also whatever, which is a shame, because this game has it has a star-studded cast of what you say in the development side. Like the writer is some famous writer. I think
this quick time events in this combat.
Yeah, there was the time where QTE the norm. So hopefully the remaster will
You hear that?
address
That's
that.
the QTE police.
Police.
Yeah, the game, it does not rank well with accessibility if it's released in this state this day. So hopefully the remaster address that. So yeah, that's the thing about Amalur. Everything else is boring. That's why the game doesn't sell. And that's why the whole company collapsed after that, and they cannot make the MMO. Also, they developed the big wig that owned the company was terrible at doing at running a business, at running a game studio, and knows nothing about it, and makes people life miserable after that. God damn it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, this combat looks interesting. But yeah, it looks like generic Fable clone.
It tries to be World of Warcraft to a fault, and it's boring as a result.
I see some legally distinct murlocs. These are curlocks. Totally not murlocs.
To the point that
Please.
To the point that the whole story, the quest design is also boring and predictable. The whole, there are some, I think some quests have like branching paths, but the branching paths are not satisfying. And what else? You can totally over level your character early and make the game very very easy so quickly, but you can always go. You can always put it on hard. And oh yeah, one thing, if you put it on hard too much, easy mode will be selectable. There will be a prompt to say easy mode is selectable. Not exactly that, but implies it. That's another thing. Yeah, but still, despite the faults, I want to see this remaster makes some amendments. Like, at least one thing I want to see, a better support for controller. Apparently, if you're using a PS4 controller, some of the inputs are a bit wonky. Like, I can't do lockpicking mini games using the controller. And also, if you play on controller, again, it's back then. Also, the designer also designed Elder Scrolls. Of course, there's gotta be lockpicking mini games. It was a relic of its time. Also, if you play on controller, you'll be disadvantaged compared to a PC because you have less hotkey buttons to use your abilities, and that can be easily rectified by using the down button in combination with another button. Something like Dragon Age did. Dragon Age Inquisition also have extra hotkey buttons on PC, but you can access the same amount of hotkey slots on a controller, on consoles. And the other thing is that I would love to see the more accessible stuff. Like, the font use is, again, it is a product of its time. You cannot go with serif fonts with sharp edges like that in 2020. No. You gotta make it much more legible for not just me, but for the rest of the people out there. And yeah, QTE stuff, that should be optional. At least you can hold the button. That's the better way to go these days. But overall, I think the effort to make a good remaster for Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning isn't that much, because the game holds up very well in terms of playability. So that's the good news.
Okay, so hit us with the bad news.
No, the bad news was the game is you gonna polish
it.
Yeah. I won't call it a turd. I won't call it a turd, but rather a rusty car that's terribly engineered.
Yeah.
It's more of that. But yeah, we'll see if the Necromancer would do anything else with this game. I'm sort of excited. Somehow they rescued this game from EA, so I'm excited.
I mean, the game was like a huge financial liability, so I'm not at all surprised EA was happy to get rid of it. And again, this is one... You know what THQ Nordic reminds me of? Like
the original THQ?
No, in every Gundam anime, there's always the benevolent billionaire character who's very, very helpful up until a certain point. Yeah?
Wang Liu Mei and the 00.
Yeah, the 00, all of them in Iron-Blooded Orphans.
Yes.
Like,
Tewas.
There's literally a point where suddenly they go, "Wait, why did you think I was helping you? Like, did you think I was like altruistic? No, man, I've got my shit to do."
And they backstab you. Backstab.
Yeah, so
Hey guys.
I'm waiting for THQ Nordic to fucking send out a hit.
On what?
Psych, Edward.
This money has to come from somewhere.
I don't know. Swedish mafia.
Yeah.
Italian mafia.
The Vikings.
The Vikings and the sudden rise to power.
I mean, necromancing still need to pay some price, right?
Yeah, man. We're calling it right now. Secret Viking Cabal. It's the old Secret Viking Necromancy. Oh, the Necromancers raised a Viking warlord who has started a secret cabal to come back to power in the modern day. Obviously. We solved it. We solved it.
And also, better story for Amalur.
Better story for Amalur.
That would be... That would be it. They'd be like, "Didn't you notice in all our games we make references to Vikings?" Huh. So I'm calling it, man. I'm fucking calling it. Daniel, what old games have you been playing? There's a lot of old game talk, by the way, in this first half of the podcast because
Yeah. For good reasons.
for good reasons. Good reasons. Daniel, what old games have you been playing?
I'm alright. Since Meck is playing like Kingdoms of Amalur, I
Mm-hmm.
while trying to do a review of a game that I cannot speak until the next episode. I've been
Mhm.
playing like older games. Like recently, I played the terrible Mafia 2 remake, which is a game
Mhm.
from 2010. Alright,
Okay, we did talk about that. Mm-hmm.
we did talk about that. So then it started like this this past weeks. This starts this train of just installing old. I have played Dragon Age bad
Wait,
for
wait,
now.
wait. Dragon Age which?
2,
Oh boy.
which people say is like
Oh boy. Hey, that game
I
also
have
has some
just
redeeming qualities though. Even though I would still
yeah.
say it's kind of bad. No, it is bad. Oh
It
yeah.
is bad, but yeah, it's okay for now. Like
Hmm.
I think I've stuck in like 2 hours.
Hmm.
Baru sampai like I think the quest line is now about to go into the what's it called? What's the word? I think the time skip. I think 3 or 4 hours in already. Is the time skip,
Oh, so
which is
have you met the Kunari?
I think so.
Okay, so yeah, you've entered what I think it's called Act 2.
Act 2.
Oh, but
It's not that bad. I mean, the combat is actually quite fluid.
that's
That's the Dragon Age Origin.
no, that's the redeeming quality. They make good with the combat.
And then there's
What class do you play? What class do you play?
rogue.
Okay. You know what? They made the mage cool as well. The
Ooh.
mage looks really cool. Anyway.
Okay. So, alright. Not content with that. I've also been playing another game, a racing game by the folks at Code Masters. Grid 2.
Friends of the show, Codemasters.
Friends of the show called. Nah, they are not friends, sadly. I've been playing Grid 2 as well. That's also an older game. Yeah.
Lol.
Since people are talking about this new game from the new subsidiary, oh no, this sim racing game is about to be arcadey. Nah,
Mm-hmm.
they haven't played the new Grid yet.
Oh boy, I'm saving my thoughts on Grid for later. So
For later.
I did play Race Driver the Grid 1, the real Grid 1.
Grid
The
1.
past 2 weeks as well, but I declined to talk about it.
Declined target as well. Ooh. Yeah, it's okay.
Could not
Grid
be
2
reached for comment.
cannot reach
Not
like
yet.
like I think the sequel also got some flack because of the handling model being different. But it's okay. It's better than whatever Grid 2019 is, because at least it has some charm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well,
And
why is the racing game bad? Let it out,
because
Daniel. This is a safe space.
if this is a therapy session. The problem is the handling is a bit slidey because it is arcade game. You have to slide everywhere to be fast. Which
Mm-hmm.
if sim racers nowadays, the very elite group of people who thinks pretend race cars are a serious business,
Mm-hmm.
it's a big no. You cannot have fun playing a video game.
How dare you? How dare you have fun playing your
How
racing
dare
game?
you?
I'm gonna throw a fit and disconnect from my tournament now. Where are you going, sponsors?
Where are you going, sponsors? Very serious business.
Mm-hmm. So yes, you were saying.
Like that's it. That's the problem. The handling is a bit arcadey. For the lack of fun, TJ.
That's one of the worst things too, because it's like Just a small thing can ruin it that much.
Oh,
I mean,
it's not
that's
just that small thing. But again, I declined to say anything about it. I'm saving it for something else. I have
Save it for something
more issues with Grid 2, but I would not say Grid 2 is an objectively bad game. It's just it's a bad game with context, by context.
Bad game with context. Okay,
Hmm.
after that, I've also been playing the remaster of Saints Row 3. All games for the last gen is now in my playlist right now. And I
Mhm.
have noticed how fun is Saints Row 3 compared to Saints Row 4. Because Saints Row 3, it gradually goes fun, while Saints Row 4, it's just, nah, here's your powers, have fun.
Yeah, I feel like the powers in Saints Row 4, like, it's kind of that problem of it got too out there.
It tried to be a prototype. Fun
Yeah,
prototype.
like the problem was there are good open world superpower sims, So once Saints Row jumps into that pool, you're now competing against those, essentially. But yeah, continue your thoughts on Saints Row 3.
What can I say? I think like 2 weeks ago in the last episode that I think I've said that this is one of the best what's it called? Remastered because Digital Foundry said so. Yeah, it is quite good. I mean the core gameplay doesn't change, but it looks pretty. That's better.
But pretty game though, yeah.
Pretty game. Yeah, so there's like I've been playing all of these older games, while also buying more new games. Like I've just bought what's this called? Operation Flashpoint. Humble
wait, was
Wonderful.
Oh yeah.
Are we going to have a court of summer sales? I would like to call a session of the court of summer sales.
Boleh.
Okay,
So,
let's do it.
Yeah,
Pony up,
I'll
boys.
start first then. I'll start first.
Yeah.
So while I've been playing all these classic games, I've just bought Operation Flashpoint for like $1, RM1 basically. Just literally 2 days before. I haven't installed it.
Yes.
And then I have bought since EA games are just coming into the Steam store recently. I've just bought Need for Speed Shift 2 because why not?
Oh yeah. That didn't make it to Steam before. I forgot. That's the cutoff game.
Yeah, that's literally the last game before the cutoff. So okay, beli. And then and then it keeps piling up. So on PlayStation, I've just bought Travis Strikes Again. That is the new game from Suda 51. By far, the throwback game. It is actually quite good. It's about I think I've seen a review that it says basically this is Suda basically reminiscing of his time at the game punya game development, and I can see that. And then highly recommend Travis Strikes Down. Okay, wait, Travis Strikes Again. That's the
It's Travis Strikes Again.
Travis Strikes Again, yeah. That's pretty good. And then another game that I've just recently brought, this time for the second time, another Dragon Age game, this time Inquisition.
Okay.
That also, I think I've already reached into the point where we just got that big castle.
Oh yeah, you've seen the big musical moment.
Yes, the big musical moment.
Well, no wonder they made the musical moment. You know what? What happens after Inquisition? That one of the creative director that made the game is now left the company, made their own game, made their own company, and is now making a literal musical game. Like, you have RPG battles, not RPG conversations, but as a musical.
Ooh.
I think it's called
that's-
Chorus. It's
Oh,
literally
yeah,
called
okay,
Chorus.
that-
Yeah, that's a good concept for a game. I'm totally down. So yeah, it was not just for shits and giggles that the musical thing. They made it into a proper game. Yeah, let's go.
You love to see it.
No, we didn't ever add in this Lord of the Rings style moment for this game. No, this is for my resume. Like
Skyfall.
literally rip a page. Yeah, just rip a page of Lord of the Rings. So I think just bought like 4 games for now since the Steam sale is coming out next week.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, the total damage so far is $60. Okay lah.
Okay. 60 ringgit, is it?
Yeah, 60 ringgit because Travis Tags down was like 45, and then Dragon Age Inquisition was like 19, and then and then like the other two was like $1 each. So okay lah.
That's not bad. It's not bad. Yeah. Meck, do you have anything to tell the court?
Well, today I just bought a bundle. The
Yeah.
Codemasters 2020 bundle. I just bought the low price of 4 ringgit, the $1 entry. Just
Same lah.
Just so that I can get Grid Auto Sport. Just so that I can complete my Grid collection. You cannot complete the Grid collection right now because Grid 2008 is not sold anymore. Race Rival Grid has been delisted due to license concerns.
But Grade 2 is also delisted.
Oh yeah, of course. I forgot Grid 2 also delisted. So yeah, I have completed my Grid collection before Grid Auto Sport got delisted as well. Just in case, I just need to own them all.
So basically, both me and Mac now has like this, the racing game equivalent of the Infinity Stones.
Yeah.
They are not made anymore.
Unfortunately, I lose my mark on the dirt stuff. I didn't get the dirt on time, so that's a shame. But anyways, other than that, I think I rebought Warhammer 40k Dawn of War 2. The thing that I say rebought is that I think I remember that I think I owned the game properly on Steam, but I cannot find it. But when it was on sale last episode, I grabbed it, and then to my surprise, I see my Steam achievements is already there. Oh, my save file is there. Wait, did I refund this? I forgot. Fine, whatever. I'm keeping it now. I'm not gonna double back down. So yeah,
That's Sega's secret plan is they're just gonna keep like taking away your game and then you just keep rebuying it. That's the only way they're gonna make money off that game.
The new way
Tricking the
gamers
five
make
people.
money.
Tricking the 5 people who bought it into buying it over and over again. Not even it was like a remaster or something.
Yeah, I don't know why, but I swear that I own it, but for some reason I don't. And then I bought it again.
Swear.
Oh yeah, and lastly I bought Civ 6, the 2 expansions that I've been missing out. So I now have what is currently kind of the complete collection outside of the new season pass stuff content. So now I can make my own civilization and experience global warming.
That's global
Nice.
warming.
Oh yeah, global warming is a mechanic, man. You know what? You can screw people up by just building too many factories, and then those civilizations that have cities on the coast, they will lose all those lands, man. That's a terrible way to win a game, but it's a viable way to win a game.
You mean that's the best way to win the game?
There are other ways, there are better ways to win the game. Like, you can win by coercing people to vote for you and become the total eminent power of the world. Because I have the most diplomatic points. Or the other way is like, you become so cultured that everyone wants to be you, to be in your civilization. So cultured that everyone they want to flip side.
That makes sense.
Mhm.
So yeah, final score. What's your damage at?
I haven't added up. Let's say 45 plus 14 for Dawn of War and another 4 ringgit. Yeah, do the math. 64-ish.
64-ish. Okay. Anan,
Sorry.
your presence is required in the court.
Unfortunately, I've burned too much money to buy new games.
Okay.
Oh.
Anan has been eliminated from this round. Damn you. Well, so Steam sales may not have started, but the PlayStation sales have started, and Nintendo just started yesterday. So I'm not going to count Bioshock 2 because I bought that when it came out, not as part of a sale. But I have on PlayStation, first of all, annual sub for PS Plus is 30% off. I highly recommend getting that. It's 111 ringgit for a year of PS Plus. Definitely do that. Secondly, Monster Hunter World Iceborne is, I think, 30% off as well. And thirdly, something you wouldn't expect, a game that came out like 3 months ago is 35% off. Doom Eternal is significantly discounted, which is impressive.
Mm-hmm.
The apology sale.
Ooh.
Well, I mean, it's on PlayStation, so they don't have as much to apologize for. They didn't put stupid DRM on the PlayStation version. However, I had to pay using my UK bank account. So, Meck, you were at 64. Daniel, you were at 60-ish.
Yep.
My total sins accumulate at £80.
Yeah, that's a nice way to put it. That's a nice way. Let's just leave it there. Just leave it there. Just so everyone can feel good about themselves. Let's just leave that number like that.
Yeah, 80. Yep. Good
80.
price. Good price.
80 macaroons.
Don't Google it. Don't.
No. It's fine.
Google the
Don't worry.
conversion rate.
No.
Don't worry about it.
Okay. It's fine.
God damn.
Yeah, well,
the worst part is that the Nintendo sale is going on right now, and Doom 2016 is 50% off.
What currency can we convert it to make it even less? How much is it in Jeff Bucks?
How much is Jeff Bucks?
Jeff Bucks isn't worth the money it's printed on.
Not anymore.
Good. I love a good bit. And so we adjourn the court of summer sale. I expect some continuation next episode.
Next
Last episode we had Toka confess his. We'll see if we can get a guest to share their sins for once the Steam summer sale starts. That'd be amazing. Where were we? We were talking about Daniel's thing.
It's okay. We can continue the train of old games again.
Oh yeah, I mentioned Bioshock 2. I guess I should go into that. So, Bioshock 2. First of all, because I'm so glad you can buy the components of the Bioshock collection separately. Because I think Bioshock 1 does not hold up at all.
It doesn't.
Bioshock 1 is a one-trick pony. Once you know the trick, it's done. You have no reason to go back to that game. Bioshock 2 is probably the most fun of the three games. Because Bioshock Infinite, the combat's a little better, I guess, but the story is so bad that you don't really have a reason to go back to it. Burial at Sea is fine, I guess. Burial at Sea is closure. That's what it is. Burial at Sea is what you play for closure for the entire thing. Bioshock 2, at least you play as the Big Daddy. You have the drill. And yeah, my memory of Bioshock 2 is that's the rip and tear game. It's like, oh man, you're a Big Daddy. They made healing and reloading your plasmids super fast in that game. So I was like, oh man, I remember playing it super aggressively, and that was like so much fun. After Doom 2016, that game is not at all aggressive. That is, in fact, baby mode. The game, I have never seen a game punish me for rip and tearing like Bioshock 2 does. At least not since Doom 2016. Because yeah, you die really, really, really easily in that game. Although it could just be that my loadout fucking sucks. It's also very dated morality system. I
Oh, you
fucking
mean-
hate the
is it
Bioshock
good?
morality system.
Are you super good or you super evil? There's no in between.
No, here's the problem, right? Is that so in Bioshock 2 you have the in Bioshock 1 and 2 you have the little sisters, and you can choose to kill them or save them. And if you kill them, you get more Adam up front. But if you save them, you get less Adam, but everyone calls you a good person, which is interesting in itself. The problem is you actually get more Adam from saving the little sisters. Later on, they will give you more Adam. Like, that's every X number of little sisters you save. So I'm no longer saving them because I'm a good person. I'm saving them because it makes me more money in the long run. Your entire morality system has collapsed on itself. Where I'm now being a good person for no reason other than self-enrichment. I do have to say, though, Bioshock 2 does do one thing. Their morality system is way better than Bioshock 1's because you have your daughter, Eleanor, and her behavior changes based on what you've been doing. There's two moments in the game. One is when she goes after her mother. So there's a few key NPCs in the game that you can choose to kill or spare. And if you kill more of them... By the way, spoilers for Bioshock 2, in case you're...
It's already a decade old. Come on. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Even the remake, even like the remaster is old at this point. So, yeah. So if you kill too many of the critical NPCs, she becomes violent and will kill her mother. And if you kill too many of the little sisters, you get to watch in first person her kill a little sister. Like you're possessing a little sister and she murders little sister in front of you.
Oof.
Yeah, which is cool. That feels way better than the fucking monologue they give you. Oh my god, you're a terrible person for killing the little sisters. Those are sweet little girls. Like,
Why did you
yeah.
turn them in the first place?
Like, I mean, I have to. But no, be nice to them because you get more money in the long run. But yeah, it was revolutionary for its time. But I really shouldn't have gone back to Bioshock 2. On the plus side, though, I'm playing Minerva's Den for the first time. That's really fun. My only problem is that I'm incredibly burnt out from the main campaign of Bioshock 2. That I'm just kind of like slowly making my way through Minerva's Den. So yeah, this is all because I wanted to play Doom, but Doom wasn't on sale. And now that I've already bought Bioshock 2, Doom is on sale. And also, I have no real reason to buy Doom because I own it on the PS4 and I'm going back in like 3 weeks. Can I go 3 weeks without ripping and tearing? We'll see. We'll see.
Next episode. I've gone lost control.
Yeah, that's what happened with Monster Hunter. I was like, oh, I'm not gonna get Monster Hunter. Why would I play an old Monster Hunter game? I cracked. So let's take this time machine and let's move it a bit closer to the present. We're still in the past, but it's a past closer to the present. Now we're in the 70s. When once we were in the 20s, now we're in the 70s. Anan,
Yes.
I've heard that you finally finished Disco Elysium.
Yes. Thank
Ooh.
God. Finally.
Is
I
this the
finished
game
it.
we've talked most about on this podcast? Like this year
Yeah,
at
for the last
least?
for the last month, yes.
Aside from Yakuza.
Yeah, aside from Yakuza. But
Okay,
yeah, a month.
the running team. I guess the running team of the games we didn't play is that we'll talk about it for years to come.
As we slowly start to play it.
Yeah, I think that's a good bit to continue, even if it's not planned. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
tell us, how was the Elysium? Was it disco?
Oh yeah. You got a great question there because that's exactly the same question that you get asked in the game. Is this disco enough? Is that disco?
God
So
damn it.
yeah. From my experience, I finished the game. Yeah, this is disco, definitely, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, and how do I say this? The game is finished in 21 hours, so it's pretty short. But the replayability is very high, so you can try again with different character build, your different teammates, your character sheet, so you can get
Robocop.
more dialogues.
Robocop.
Yeah, it's still the same story, but the way you reach it will be different, different ends.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I assume you enjoy that kind of stuff, right? Like you enjoy playing the same story but with different builds and stuff.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
you are a multi-build man, and I applaud you for that because I am incapable. I am the exact kind of asshole who will replay a game with the more or less the same build every time.
You monster!
Yeah, like I play Shadowrun, right? So let's say I play like a samurai one way, and I replay as a like a brute, a full strength mode. So that's the fun in this kind of RPG game. You get to try different builds and then get different outcomes. Oh yeah, also in Disco Elysium, okay, I don't think you reached this yet, Mac. But in the fishing village, there's an old woman there. She will sing a very familiar song to us Malays.
Okay.
You'll find out later, yeah.
Alright. Okay,
Oh,
can you
man,
just give me a rough idea of where in the map the fishing thing
Okay,
is?
I think okay, you're in the currently the main part is in the Martinez town, right? So you will then sort of get a quest to get a task to open the water gate in the canal.
Oh yeah, across that. Okay,
So,
okay.
once you cross that, you get to the fishing village. So
Okay.
there you'll find an old lady singing a very familiar Malay song, but in it, of course, it's been changed. It's not like straight Malay, but you see her dialogue. You see the dialogue box, and you get familiar. Or maybe you can check out my Steam page. I got some screenshots of that. I don't know if it's uploaded.
Ooh.
Yeah. So.
Oh, Anan, I have a game for you. Like, yes, at the time of we recording, yesterday there was this escapist punya indie game blog. Like they showcased like 2 hours of indie games, and there was one game I was very interested. I think it was called like Game Deck, GAMEDEC. Very interesting because it's basically.
Holy shit! Cyberpunk RPG
Yeah,
investigative. Oh yeah. He's a lot of buttons there.
That's why I give you guys a pause. That's why I give you a pause. Like, yeah, because while I was watching the trailer, I was like, this kind of remind me of the certain game.
Oh, there's skill trees.
What's the game again?
Game Deck, GAMEDEC.
Yeah, I'm looking at screenshots
Deck.
now,
Oh.
and yeah, it's also top down. The reactions are coming in.
Isometric.
Yeah.
Isometric RPG. Oh, okay.
Ah,
Use your wits to
Nice.
gather info from your witness and suspects. Okay.
I should
Mm.
really
I
do a write-up
see.
on that lah, because like yesterday's the Escapist punya indie blog is very interesting. Like, there's a lot of good games. Like, and they're very kind as well. Like, I have like 2-3 developers thanking me for watching that preview. Like, oh, thank you for getting interest in my game. Like, can you guys wish list us? Like, oh, sure. So they are
Oh.
very nice folks.
And anything for Wam in there?
There is a vampire RPG that doesn't have any combat, but is basically you have 10 days to make sure that vampires doesn't get shot to death.
What's it called?
Interesting.
Oh,
I mean,
I think it's
vampire
called
will.
Dreamscaper. Dreamscaper, that's the game. Oh wait, that's not the user. Sorry, that's wrong game. Nighthawks. That's the game. It's set in
How do you
nightclub, I
spell it?
think. Nighthawks.
Oh, night.
Night. It's not the painting. It's a game. I kid you not.
Nighthawk. Ooh, that's
What
some.
Jedi is publishing. Okay, interesting. They are publishing games. Okay. Now, What Jedi is the folks that do a lot of point and click adventures. So,
Yep.
interesting.
Yeah, this really does look interesting.
And for Meck and me, there is one game that's also for us. It's called what's the name? The developer also like thank me for like, glad you look at it. It is called Drive By. It is us driving a post laju van. You have to race each other to send the package first.
Oh!
See? It is literally perfect for us.
Hold on.
Race each other.
Oh, it's BUY. Huh? Is it?
Yeah,
No.
Drive By. Yeah, BUY.
Drive by.
Literally like yeah. Literally siapa hantar this package first. Like, I swear, that is the
And
best idea.
And you can kill each other along the way. It's also vehicular combat. It's twisted metal but post laju.
Yeah.
The heck?
Oh my god.
I gotta see this now.
It's
I gotta
BUY.
fucking-
It's BUY. You got
Yep. Crossplay vehicular combat game.
I swear,
This is
like,
stupid enough that it looks fun.
that's why.
4-player crossplay. Count the people in this podcast.
Twisted Metal,
Four.
Rocket League, Vigilante 8, Mario. Okay, does it have a poem button?
A polling button, yeah.
The dedicated poem button. Shout out to Vigilante 8. But damn. Okay.
Shout out.
It's worth putting in the spotlight. Oh yeah, by the way, we gotta
Yeah.
cover these games on the side as well. Because these games deserve it. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, big thanks to the devs who contacted me, thanking me for looking at their game. You're welcome, guys.
Drive by devs. Could we have like some copies, plural of this game, so we can have some, like, I'll gladly benchmark and any non PC version. And since
mean,
we're talking
the-
about this,
Yeah. It's actually quite low spec, so that's not that bad as well. Like 4 gigs of RAM more.
yeah, fair enough. Yeah, this game looks like fun. I'm adding it to my wish list as we speak.
So-
I guess we have moved into the news since we're talking about the games that are being announced / came out. So not less important news that came out. Destiny 2 is now an MMO.
What a surprise.
Okay, so here's the thing. They are not making a Destiny 3. They've
Thank God.
confirmed, and they have not really danced around about this is sort of no, they have totally outright said this is an action MMO. It's totally confirmed, and I will make my argument that the way that they are doing yearly expansions and season passes are technically your equivalent to the yearly subscriptions. Makes sense. And the fact that they have confirmed it also coming to next gen consoles and content from the same console family will transfer, as in PS4 to PS5. That's a thing. And like starting September, which is the next year refresh, they will start rotating content out because they know that the game is getting too bloaty to the point that even though they have all this content, some of the content are barely touched by players despite taking up huge amount of space in the hard disk. So what they are doing is that they will vault some content, as in some of the locations will not be accessible when those locations, including those activities such as the strikes, the raids, the whatever is that are tied to the location, will be stored away somewhere to be opened up later on. And as a commitment to this one game vision, they are also bringing back all of Destiny 1 content, and they are slowly reintroducing it to Destiny 2.
Huh.
So it's now a live game that the content will refresh every year, and there will be a lot of things to do for those who pay on a 3-month basis. For each season, there will be 4 seasons. So yeah, this is totally an MMO now. Totally an MMO. And I actually like the way that they decided to actually vault this sort of content. Is kind of cool thing because we know that the game is already too much space, and also from their side it's too hard to test the game to make sure there's no bugs or problematic exploits coming out. So it's a win-win for us.
I don't know. I feel like the fact that no other MMO has had to rotate content says something about this.
I mean, the games, like the high fidelity, have a price, I guess.
Yeah, like how much is it? They made a comparison of like how do you put it?
How big is World of Warcraft all expansions?
Okay, for each year they mention that they've added 25 gigs or worth of content for each year.
Oh.
It's more that the assets of it. It's not that the content is good. That's very much questionable. I'm also on that boat, but it's more that the assets are huge. There are plenty of guns. There are plenty of locations. There are plenty of like other sort of game modes in there. And if those things are not popular, like they've put a stat that some of the content, like the Warmind expansion thing, which they give for free, 0.58 or something around there, below 1% of people are playing it, despite the game that the whole content package constitutes 5% of the game currently. So hey, why not trim the fat, and when people are nostalgic about it, we put it back in. I mean, I don't think this will sound good for everyone outside of Destiny players, but from what I've seen of the community, the reception is rather well.
To be fair though, I feel like the Destiny community by this point is like so much has happened to them that they are very inclined to just stick with whatever the official story is now. The last thing they want to do is to get into a fight with the developers after all this bullshit.
Yeah, they rather let Bungie just throw anything into the wall and see what sticks.
Again,
Yeah.
I think anything's better than Activision Blizzard.
Like, I guess we could just go back to Activision. I guess we could start work on Destiny 3. No, we're fine.
Season 1 content, it's okay. We don't care. We don't care. God.
I'd rather let them do their thing right now, and let's see where it goes.
Yeah, I mean, even as let's say, I haven't played Destiny in a while. Like, when I come back, where do I start again? Like, with Warframe, I know where to start, even though I haven't been there for a while. But in Destiny, it's like, it's too much, there's too much stuff to do. Like, yeah, vaulting makes sense.
Yeah, cut all the nonsense out. So just because that's what makes the new lighting fun at first for new players. Because oh yeah, you can they are guided you go to here, and there's a lot of things to do. But then at some point, it can be overwhelming because you can do everything from the get go now. It's more the question that the main concern right now is that is it worth it to buy the past expansions? Because
Exactly.
that's the main concern. The concern is that I don't know if I like the business model. I don't think I would buy a 200 ringgit pass just to get into the first year's the new stuff.
Yeah.
And and the content you get from the old stuff, if you want to buy the pass especially, is rather limited right now. I mean, the campaign just doesn't worth it anymore because the story has moved on and people don't care about it. The only thing is about if you care about gear, the exotic gear, that's still the selling point of the game, of the expansions.
So in the grand scale of things, the exotics doesn't matter anyway.
So essentially, if you want to play Destiny 2 and you're not sold yet, don't put any money just yet. I'm still not sold on the business model. Please consider it. Until they make a better sell, just don't spend money. But for those who are in the Destiny hole that deep, I think people are celebrating. Not celebrating, it's more like, oh yeah, okay. Hey, 3 years more content of support. That's crazy, man.
Yeah. I have to defer to the Destiny Hole residents in this case.
At least they have 3 years to complain about.
Yeah.
The game's not dead yet.
Game's not dead yet. What a great note to end on. Moving on to our next story. This is an important news story. Very, very important news story. You remember that recurring theme I talked about in true 3-act fashion. Now we have the culmination of it. So, how do we start this? So previously, in a previous episode, I mentioned that I want to go to EVO this year.
Yeah.
So we talked about EVO online. I picked up Skullgirls. Actually, that should have been added to the tally. That should have been added to the sale tally because I got Skullgirls while it was on sale. So picked up Skullgirls, learned Skullgirls, and was like, yeah, man, open tournament, gonna fucking join. And then there was a problem because I was pretty sure that EVO wasn't going to be using the Switch version of Skullgirls. Small little hunch, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, I would need my computer because I'm betting it's going to be the PC version that they use for a Skullgirls tournament. And the EVO Online starts the same weekend that I'm flying back to KL. And I would have been stuck in a hotel room for quarantine purposes without my PC. And so that means no WAM at EVO. Then, last week, we get the news. Students arriving from overseas no longer have to quarantine in a hotel. They can quarantine at home. And so, WAM was back at EVO. I could go home, go in, play on the PC. Now I can compete in EVO. And then, a few days ago, I think it was last week actually, we get word from EVO. No Malaysians at EVO.
Oh yeah. That's like server based something. God damn, that's
Basically, Evo Online is broken into 4 regions. It's North America, Europe, South Korea, and Japan, and I can't remember what maybe it's only 3 regions. They said this is due to local laws and stuff. But so basically, no Malaysians at Evo.
uh,
The epic saga. But we have posted the whole the schedule for the open tournaments, so go and check those out. If you want to watch, or if you want to compete, if you are in one of the blessed regions chosen to be part of Evo. And a last news story. I don't know why we keep reporting on like shitty like indie consoles that pop out of nowhere. I'm like, oh yeah, didn't succeed. This PS5. Fuck is that?
Flash speed.
Yeah, the
Flash
router.
Flash speed.
the router, yeah.
I know it looks like a router, but it also kind of looks like a vagina. I'm not gonna lie. It looks.
Oh,
it doesn't help.
No wonder those fanboys are very interested.
First, we had the Pansu controller. Now we have the vagina
the fucking
console.
the Pansu controller. I forgot about that.
It's all coming together. Before we get into the games, some slight stuff to take care of. What's going on with backwards compatibility? Because apparently that's been removed from the website.
Oh shit!
Wait, what?
It was reported on. Yeah, it was reported on the. I saw it reported on Reddit today that apparently the Sony website for the PlayStation 5 has removed their statement about backwards compatibility. which is weird. Like, they haven't said it won't have backwards compatibility, but it's a piece of marketing that's missing from the thing. We'll have to look in on that, but just mentioning that right now, that's what's been reported so far. Hopefully we get some news soon, because backwards compatibility should be the staple for this generation.
I mean,
Other than that,
it's not like. It's not like. It's a different architecture altogether. It's just a newer. It's like a new PC basically for both Xbox and PS5.
Yeah, it's like a new OS.
Yeah, you like maybe upgraded OS, upgraded component, but it's still the same type. So I'm not sure whether.
And plus, that was the first thing they revealed. That was like literally the first thing they revealed about the PS5, like all those months ago.
Yeah, in the PS5, like what's it called? The PS5 lecture, or Kutuba, whatever it is.
Not even that. It was even in the interview, the exclusive interview they did. That's when they talked about it. They were like,
"Oh yeah, with Wyatt."
The guy was just like, "We glued the PS4 chip to the PS5 chip, and now we can play PS4 games without emulating."
Yeah, that's interesting.
So I hope this is just like marketing kerfuffle, and
no, they're waiting. They're waiting for the right moment. Shit.
Or maybe they like a change of plans, rather than like transplanting the hardware. They just like they have a new software solution. Like, I don't know. Like,
hopefully,
yeah.
But now, no one cares about that technical stuff. We're here to talk about games, because this was the Sony E3 conference. Surprise! This is the E3 episode. That's why it's also running a bit long. So, what have we got here? I should point out, I was half watching the press conference because I was playing Smash with my friends at the time, celebrating that we just finished our degree. And every single time a game relevant to me came out, I was not fully paying attention and only caught the end of it. So, this indie racing game called Gran Turismo 7.
I thought we were going to go through the list in order, but sure.
Oh.
Let's.
Oh, no, okay,
Turismo 7.
Sorry, I thought like I was talking too much. I thought I would hand you guys a point. Okay, we're getting Demon Souls remastered, everyone.
Yes. Yes.
I think
Like-
this is one of the worst kept secrets in
Yeah.
in the Soulsborne
Everybody, like,
community.
we've been hearing for you like what, 3 months, 4 months in advance. Like, oh,
No,
we're doing-
dude. Literally since the Shadow of the Colossus remake, people have been talking about Demon Souls remastered.
Oh yeah, they're like, oh, Blue Pie's going to do something. Yeah. I've been hearing
Yeah,
about
they were
that.
like, oh, cool, we can do complete remakes of games now. Demon Souls, like it's coming.
Eh.
We all know it. But yeah, it looks good. I remember seeing it and thinking, huh, that's a Dark Souls. And then it was like Demon Souls, like, yo! I have not played Demon Souls. I hope it has some Dark Souls 3 quality of life, because jank is like, I don't want to play a janky game. I can barely take Dark Souls 1. But yeah, it's looking good. So, next is that indie game, Gran Turismo 7. What you guys think about it? I tuned out for that.
Daniel, I think we have 3 words to say about Gran Turismo 7. Which is Trial fucking Mountain! We got it, boys! We got the trick! Also an open secret that there's a new Gran Turismo coming. I mean, for those in the community. The thing is, they've been teasing about this thing about, we're gonna bring back some of the classic tracks that didn't make the cut in Gran Turismo Sport, because they say, we gotta make it really jiggered it into, make it like some plotted into real life situations, because before it was totally fictional, but now they want to like grounded in like real life locations. Like some of the newer tracks they made, that track is in France because of this location. It's in Italy because it feels like Italy or something like that. So that's what they did with Gran Turismo 7. Okay, new cars, people don't see it. I also didn't see it, but there are actually new cars that isn't just from GT Sport. There are cars from GT Sport, because of course there are, because these cars have been future-proof for quite a while. And oh boy, they've made a proper career mode. They have proper GT mode, because the first bit of gameplay during the presentation is a screen very familiar if you played Gran Turismo 4, but better.
Like, well, I'll give you like, me and Meck went to 3 different stages. Like stage 1, when we saw the cars like GT Sport. Stage 2 is when the excitement starts. Like, wait, this looks very nice. And then when they showed the menu screen, that's stage 3. Utter delight.
That's when you mark out, yeah.
I have never been so excited to see a car wash in a game.
Yeah.
They've put car wash back in the game, man. Used cars. I have never been so excited to buy used cars in a video game.
Can we get those Malaysian second-hand store websites as a sponsor for this episode? I've never been so excited for used cars.
And they even tease some stuff that's pretty cool. Even though the whole gameplay bit is they showed Trial Mountain, they also showed Daytona is coming back, baby. They've got Daytona. Finally.
Also, like one thing, Mac. Do you know those real life people pictures? Like they showed like the Sarah and the Rupert, right? Like, those are actually the media team of Gran Turismo for their broadcasting. So we might see our very famous commentators there.
I mean, they've got one guy already. Might as well complete the set.
Bring if Jimmy Broadbent isn't the oil man in GT7,
Iron Man.
Riot.
Yeah, just have it had the model of his face or as the guy changing the oil. Yeah, sure.
It's Somalia flag.
Nah.
Suffice to say, for most people, this is just another Gran Turismo, and for sure it is. It looks like Gran Turismo Sport again, just nicer, just a bit nicer. But it goes to show that Gran Turismo Sport is really, it still looks fantabulous right now, even on the PS4. Even there's some like, if you look it hard enough, you can find where they cut the corners. Like in the gameplay demo I seen, they definitely didn't cut one corner that I noticed, which is the rear view mirror, which is one small display on the
nice.
lower right. Usually that is like very low FPS because who cares? It's not really important. Now it runs like 60 now. That's the power of the PS5. You got real time.
Real life review mirrors.
That's the power of the PS5 right there, baby. That's what I know.
Just wanted to briefly mention Horizon Forbidden West, because I don't understand. I should like Horizon. There's so much stuff that in Horizon that is like stuff that caters to me. Robots, robot dinosaurs. The new trailer has a giant robot turtle. And yet I just cannot get into Horizon.
I think
Like just the thought
I think the word
of playing it.
Yeah, I think the word you're looking for is open world.
Open world.
Yeah.
Nah. Yeah, that's your
Yeah.
problem. That's the problem.
Yeah. I just don't care about the story. Just give me robot dinosaurs. That's all I want.
Waiting
Ratchet and
still
Clank.
for the PC. Okay, now this is the real PS5 seller. No, seriously, this is the real.
Power of the SSD. Oh.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Like seriously, this is where the money shot is at.
Dude, like, fucking Clank is a walking RTX ad. He may as well have the word
Clank's the walking
RTX on
RTX.
Yeah, they keep saying, but we are ray tracing. Yeah, Clank is the RTX machine now.
just for the thumbnail consideration.
Yeah, just
Clank with the words RTX on his chest.
No, Clank is the graphic card. Plug Clank in.
Yeah.
Plug Clank in the motherboard and you get ray tracing effects. Riff apart for like, okay, just to set this, when I saw the first thing I saw of the characters, I mean, oh no, they're gonna start with 2016 again. Because 2016 is a bit of a letdown for me. It's not that the game's bad, it's just doesn't hit the high note I was expecting. But then they turn sideways and oh no, we're not gonna make another remake. Now let's go to a new direction, a new set of story, continuing from that reboot. So yeah, now we might see alternate worlds and the effects of shifting in and out of different planets, all of them well rendered, is freaking amazing. That alone sells the SSD for now.
Yeah. Also, we got a furry. New furry girl.
We have that
The
before.
artwork's like that's up for 1 hour. The artwork already there.
No,
Like, that's how fast they are.
This is expected. This is very much expected. There have been 2 to 3 lead. No, this is the third, I think, leading lady. Yeah, the third. So I've seen enough female furry for a lifespan
Here's the thing.
already.
It's not groundbreaking. But the people deserve to know. Yeah, there's one here too. And quote from Saul Whipple, senior technical artist. They have said, wait, let me pull up that quote again. To all my new followers, yes, I love Ratchet and Clank. And yes, I've seen what the furry community has done to them. Rock on, my little filthy heathens. We know what we did. No regret. I nominate Saul Biffle the Gamer Matters Medal of Courage for not being a coward.
Jalan, basically just saying, jalan lah, do it. I don't care.
Not even do it. It's I want you to do it. That's
The
what they're
Yoko
saying.
Basically, the Yoko Taro move.
Yeah. Yoko Taro subclass.
The subclass.
One last thing about
Uh.
Ratchet is that combat is just as is as chaotic as it should, and with a stable frame rate.
It's a stable frame rate.
My
Yeah, did we
God.
get any hard confirm on 60 FPS at the thing? I wasn't paying attention to it.
I don't think Ratchet is running at 60.
Okay, so then we're still not doing the whole 60 as a standard.
Unfortunately, but again, one of my things that I felt let down is that Ratchet & Clank 2016 does have frame rate issues, but the rest of the game, the past games all run at buttery 60 FPS. So that's why it was kind of disappointing, outside of the story issues. But yeah, I think Rift Apart is going to be a good showcase of the PS5.
Yeah, that's a launch title. That's definitely
Apparently, that's not. It's not.
It's not?
The launch title is Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales. That's the Insomniac game that's going to be a launch title. Not Ratchet. Ratchet's gonna be sometime probably next year. They haven't mentioned.
Yeah, we since we'll bring that up, should point out Sony has clarified that the game is essentially a remaster of PS4 Spider-Man, but with a Miles Morales expansion tacked onto it.
Yeah, it's not bad, I guess.
It's not bad. Here's the thing. When you phrase it like that, it's terrible. When you call it Spider-Man Blood Dragon, then okay, yeah.
Spider-Man Blood Dragon.
Exactly.
Like, people are just like, oh my god, it's Spider-Man Blood Dragon, guys. It's Spider-Man Blood Dragon. Don't worry about it.
Sure, I said it earlier, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that press conference, a lot of information was not properly conveyed in that press conference. Also, I should point out, Sackboy is my comfort character. Like, you just feel so happy seeing Sackboy.
Glad to see him again in a full game. In a full game that's actually made properly, not leave it to the community. Not saying Little Big Planet is bad, but yeah, he has his own proper game outside of Little Big Planet.
And now we have the third-party studio games. Bugsnax. I did not see this game. Tell me. Sell me on the Bugsnax.
You eat bug, you become a snack.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the one with the creepy walrus dude?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one.
That game scares me.
That's the point. This is from the developers of Octodad. Of course, it's going to be funny and or scary in some angles.
Unintentional horror game.
Unintentional horror, yeah. I have Winnie hands. God, what?
God damn it. We finally know more about Deathloop.
Oh yeah. So here's the thing. Arcane is making a time loop game, proper time loop. So the goal is that you have to kill 8 characters, 8 targets, and if you miss any of them, the time restarts. Or if you die, the time restarts. And one of the targets is actually a proper nemesis. She will hunt you down. She will find a way to kill you and stop you on your tracks. Even crazier, that nemesis person can also be a playable character. You can invade other players to stop them from completing the loop, to stop them from breaking the loop. So yeah.
Could you imagine they did this to Yakuza, where you can invade people as Majima?
Yeah, this is basically the game. They've made the
Oh.
Juliana Blake everywhere system.
I should point out after making my claim about Spider-Man Blood Dragon, I opened Twitter and there is someone not understanding the concept. Again, it's Spider-Man Blood Dragon. Don't worry about it. We've done expandalones before. We saw more Ghostwire Tokyo, by the way.
Disappointed
I
as
feel
fuck.
like
Yeah.
them getting rid of Ikumi Nakamura was such a bad PR move. I don't understand why they did, and can only assume she fucked someone's wife.
Not the other way around.
Is that a Silicon Valley reference?
Is it? I don't know. I just remember listening to the Rooster Teeth Gaming podcast where when Kojima
maybe
made
not.
when he made his exit, they were like, "That is such a grand exit that can only be assumed he fucked someone's wife." But yeah,
it feels disappointing. Like they sort of they tease a certain art direction last in the previous show, and now it's like it's a different game.
Yeah,
Sort
like
of.
it's very totally different. It's like the horror element is gone.
It's less horror, it's more supernatural. Just the odd world thing.
Yeah, it
Budget
I
reminded
feel-
me. It reminded me of what's that game yang sudah buat Let It Die. It reminded me of that for some
Ah.
reason.
I feel like she did actually talk about that when they first unveiled it last year. It's just more like, I don't know, like it's without it needs the spokesperson to push it forward, you know? Like otherwise it's like, okay, yeah, I guess.
Is the the first person perspective throwing you guys off? Is it that? Is it that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's throwing me off. That
Yeah.
definitely.
I mean, first person is one thing, but the combat, I guess.
Yeah,
so-
the combat.
It's so left field.
Skyrim magic, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
I
what
thought
the
it
hell
looked
is
like
this?
Zenyatta. Because the fucking hands, it looks a lot like when you play Zenyatta in Overwatch.
Yeah.
Yeah, same ballpark. Okay. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, can you believe we got another new Rockstar game, guys?
Blah.
PS5 is getting
The
GTA
real
5.
trilogy.
This is gonna be the new Skyrim.
But imagine, like, that was the first game they announced during the preview. Like,
Exactly.
oh shit, is it like, I was expecting like, oh maybe is it
Is it
master or
bully?
something?
That's
Nah, it's just
to be fair though. It appears that they're letting you get online separately,
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
which I think is fucking genius because I don't want to play GTA 5 story.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's a good call. Separating it.
Also, they have added Brim to GTA 5.
Oh yeah,
Where-
everybody.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But if you are
Whoever has-
PS4 player,
You will get it for
Yeah,
free. $1 million for free every month until it
you
launches.
get $1 million Brim every month, and then you get online for free on PS5. That is what they're doing, right?
so
That's-
yeah.
Adam
So
Mixer.
yeah. So much money has been exchanged for such a deal.
This is after giving GTA 5 for free last month. So
I'm thinking that imagine that Epic give the money to Rockstar and Rockstar just no, it can't work like that because probably Sony is buying. Never mind.
everyone wants to take Rockstar to prom. That's what we're learning here.
That's Chuck
So-
Cut's profit though. That's why.
Yeah. Wasn't there a report that like GTA 5 makes a shit ton of money off of shortcuts?
Yep, 130 million.
Yep. We have this ripoff of Untitled Goose Game coming out called Hitman
That was-
3.
I thought it was Yandere Simulator. They finally finished it.
Hitman, Meck. Don't you fucking love Hitman? Hitman.
6 new levels. Progress from Hitman 2 can be transferred to Hitman 3. Apparently, IO Interactive is self-publishing this time.
Ooh.
Oh.
And
Warner Brothers?
Nah. They've grown enough that they can stand alone. They're now the indie.
I am no longer baby. I desire power.
Yeah, they have grown enough power to be their own, to stand on their own two legs. So yeah, that's cool. I'm looking forward to see the conclusion of the World of Assassination trilogy. And yeah, of course, if you own the previous Hitman games, the content, the levels, we can still be played on Hitman 3. But I'm still looking if you can play Hitman 3. I don't know. If you can play Hitman 2016 and Hitman 2 that you own on PS4 to play it on the Hitman 3 on PS5.
Yeah, I remember somehow, you can play the Hitman 1 levels in Hitman 3.
I mean, I know if you can still do that, but in terms of, you have to buy it on PS5 first, or you can have it just on PS4 and the content will transfer over. If it does, nice.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 20 levels that you can mess around. 20 Untitled Goose levels. And you can climb a skyscraper.
Also, does that mean Sean Bean's coming back?
Sean Bean's been dead already and been alive and dead for, I think, twice. They've pulled back. They've triggered the elusive target event for the second time.
Yeah. So
he can become gag again. Maybe one more activation. Sure.
Yeah. Okay. So this 2 games I want to bring up side by side is Kena Bridge of the Spirits and Project Aphia. Aphia? Fuck if I know. Project Athia is a Square Enix game that looks boring as shit. Like, it looks so generic. And Kena Bridge of the Spirits literally looks like a better version of that game.
One game has nothing, another game has charm. Which one might sell well? The game without charm. Just for the fun.
Yeah, just thought I'd bring that up. Give Kena the high five it deserves, because it looks way better than whatever Project Athia is going to be.
So
we just
kena lah ni.
Yeah, kena. Okay, now we have something I'm genuinely excited for. I don't even know why I'm excited for this. I fucking hate this genre of game, and yet we got fucking Resident Evil 8.
Oh, you mean Resident Evil balik kampung? Resident Evil Village?
Resident Evil balik kampung. Balik kampung dia. You heard Muhyiddin. We can do that now.
Yes.
Muhyiddin revealed Resident Evil 8. That's what we're learning. Unfortunately, the world's worst kept secret was also true. It is called Resident Evil Village. You play as Ethan, the main character from 7, and Chris, who has once again found mommy steroids. He's looking jacked.
So let me get this straight. I'll just take over. So let me get straight. So Chris Redfield is not a bad guy.
No, I do not believe it for 1 second.
I think it's a ruse. Like it's a ruse.
This is how they did Devil May Cry 4. This is how they nah.
Capcom hire better writers.
Nah, keep it cheesy. Keep it cheesy.
Yeah, keep it cheesy. Keep it cheesy. The Capcom fans know what's up, but this is a good way to sell the normies. So, whatever. But I really enjoyed Resident Evil 7, and I may actually pick up Village if circumstances allowing. Why the fuck is Chris so jacked? We'll never know.
The
We got
quarantine life
werewolves.
the quarantine life man.
We got werewolves. We've got possibly vampires with an amputee fetish.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So we'll get the whole Twilight cast here.
Yes. They better make
That's
a
what
joke.
Ethan has to do. Ethan has to fall in love with a vampire. Also, if Ethan suddenly loses his arm again, because he has his arm cut off in 7, but he staples it back together, don't worry about it. But it looks like he loses his arm again in Resident Evil 8. I want him to have a Devil Breaker. It's just Devil May Cry 5. You can equip Sweet Surrender to heal yourself regularly. Fucking vibrator arm. And that's Resident Evil 8. And finally, we have the pinnacle of gaming. The peak of gaming. This is what the PS5 was made for. Every other game after this will be downhill. It's called Stray. You play as a cat. We think. Pretty sure you play as a cat in this game.
Untitled cat game,
Yeah,
let's
it
go.
is. Untitled cat game.
Untitled cat game!
As someone who has the horrid experience of trying to catch a cat, daringly hide and use the environment to their advantage, I have been always curious about how cats move in an urban environment. So let's go, man, let's go. Sure.
I
Finally.
just want a horny scream button.
Yeah.
And an achievement for pressing the horny scream button for 5 minutes straight. That's all I want from this game. Just run up to random robots, because everyone's a robot for some reason. Just press square to horny scream.
And then press circle to assert dominance, and by dominance I mean P around the wall to mark your territory.
Yeah, and then you have to bite speaker wires, and then
No. If you find a very attention grabbing item, you will lose control, and the controller will vibrate in a way, and you have to struggle to either catch to get that target or find a way to run around it, because cats cannot see things that are shiny and rolling and have cool sounding things and long strings.
is there catnip in the game? Can you get?
Oh,
can you get high?
get
Can you get high?
Just roll
My
around.
goodness.
Oh my god, that's the GTA 5 equivalent.
Yeah,
The drug sequence,
So-
the catnip sequence.
the catnip sequence here. So, anyways, that's the PlayStation event. We have what's this? IGN's game event starts today actually. Guilty Gear stuff happening tonight.
I think it's already started yesterday.
Oh, sorry, yesterday. Well, listen, man. The only thing I care about is the Guilty Gear reveal. So
And tomorrow's
That's
the PC
not-
gaming show. And the Guerrilla Collective. So everything is kicking up right now. Next week is EA's thing. And apparently even Nakon is in the ball. But that's in July. But so sure, it's okay. Still far off.
yeah. So I guess thumbnails. I guess we definitely have Clank, RTX Clank.
Yep. Probably. I just add a corona.
Add a what?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Are you alright, Gran Turismo?
Yeah, corona get this one. Yeah.
Yep.
What else?
Old
Maybe.
game. Just
Well,
I was gonna say just a box that says like old games.
yeah, sure. That's nice. And maybe like
Yeah.
the PS5 console like peeking in. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, something about the PS5 because we gotta get those thumbnail clicks, man. We got PS5 secrets? Question mark.
PS5. Yeah, that's good.
We need to clickbait. We need to. I'm sure we'll figure something out. Ratchet and Clank. Oh, we already did have a Ratchet and Clank thing. God fucking damn it. So we'll Twilight, but replace Bella and Edward with Ethan and Chris.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good.
That's why he's so buff. He's a werewolf.
Oh shit! Capcom, please don't DMCA us. We found out about your plot, please.
God damn, we figured it out. We figured it out. Because Ethan's with the vampires and Chris is with the werewolves. We did it. We did it, guys. We fucking did it. We figured out the plot of Resident Evil 8. Something about Spider-Man Blood Dragon, I guess. I'm just thinking of like weird shit we've said today. VTuber hell. There's no way we can not mention that. I don't know. Meck, what do you think?
I will consider it and filter out the things I dislike. Because I have the power!
I mean, so we know VTubers are in then on the thumbnail. Because we know you don't dislike those. Okay.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. Social links. You can find me on Twitter. I have a new art Twitter now. It is Wammerol Art. Please give that a follow because I need money. As we have heard during the court of summer sales. Finances are tight right now. So please support that or support me on Patreon at Wammerol. I'm doing some fun projects right now that I don't even need your money for it. I just want more people to see the fun Pokemon project I'm working on right now. Daniel.
Alright, you can follow me on ILRT_flaky. I have a very interesting review for this indie game from like some new company called Naughty Dog or something like that. It's The Last of Us. Yeah. And on top of everyone else, it is the least liked review in the internet so far. So, good. Do give it a read at our website.
Oh man, we're gonna need some water from all that salt we've received. Anan.
Okay. Fabulous
contribution as always. Meck, where can they find you?
It's almost obvious right now, but I would like to tease something that's coming to gamermatters.com is that I have some write-up, something to say about this little game called Race Driver Grid 2008. Check it out on gamermatters.com by next week when the time is right. I have something cooked up.
I can't believe you're doing match fixing for races. This has been dia.log, episode 60. We ran a bit long on this one, but kira, this is the E3 episode. We always run long on those. Bye, I guess.
Bye.
Oi.
Hey.